right, 2, 1. Oh gosh. All right, so you got it here, got it there. All righty, Islam, peace and love to you all. How are you all my lovely sentient beings, right? I am Brother Shanlim El, one of the 5 astro magnificent bros from the 7 Hill Star Astrology Firm, and I am here with my awesome, magnificent, decked out, bearded out bro.
Benjamin Babe, right here. How you doing? Peace and love to you all on this magnificent Intuition Monday. Gratitude indeed, bro.
For sure. We are here, man. Coming from northwest of Mexico, northwest Africa, in the North Gate, Turtle Island, whatever, the various different appellations that you can call it, right? And we just get right on into it. So I'm gonna hit a share screen right there and get right into the intro. Boom shakalaka. Hit that. Alrighty. Man, when I was sitting there making that, I'm like, man, I'm ready to go skate now, yo. Like, what?
That's a summertime activity for sure.
Man, I'm ready to get down with the get down, right? All right, but I'm gonna hit the share screen one more time. Actually, man, I'm about to run that back with the other track. Hold on, man. Hold on. That's for all my old school folks out there that had come across, what I'm saying, some of that Shine On by George Duke. But for the new school cats, hold on, man. We're gonna run it back one more time. So hold on. Hey, DJ, run that back. So let me hit that. There we go. So Yeah, and for those who've never seen ATL roll bounce, make sure you go check that out. All right, so I'm gonna yield, get all these out the way, and I will yield to my brother Benjamin, as he gets us started out.
For sure. Appreciate it. We got Sun ingressing Leo, but Aries zone right here, and on the rise we have that would definitely be Cancer. Cancer. This is ruled by the moon. We are talking about Canterbury, Australia, July 23rd, 2022. This is Saturday, 600 hours, 7 minutes, and time meridian. All right. So on the rise right there in the first house, we have the sun at 0 degrees Leo, 0 minutes in conjunction with Mercury there at 6 degrees, 50 minutes. Excuse me, Leo. Sun ingressing to Leo, transiting the first house, pertaining to self, and the head pertaining to the body. I give testimony to the ego and personality boost that sheds the old self image, and now one's self image is bold and glaring like the sun. With Pluto being a reflection in the seventh there in Capricorn, the ego could be undergoing a transformation that is influenced from a peer group. Those you relate with, as far as it could be business or just your partner in general. If you're a significant other, you could be influenced by them, right? It could be transforming who you are. You know what I mean? That one is a part of. Which will be for the preparation for one to stand firm in center stage like Leo does. So, this transformation that is happening is ultimately for you to stand center stage and firm and, and show your creative self, and how you want to, inspire the world, from, how you step into the world, you know what I mean? So, and I yield on the sun ingressing the first house in Leo. Canterbury, Australia.
Let me see.
Canberra, Australia.
Yeah, Canberra, Australia.
Yeah. Change for the better, not for the worse. Be fixed and changing for the better. All right. So now ingressing into Leo for the Pisces zone. Pisces is ruled by Jupiter, and so he's circling Jupiter. Yeah, and 10th right there. There we go. 10th house of Paducah in Aries, so Jupiter's ruling this whole zone. So we'll dive more into it in like a fractal fashion. Still July 23rd, 2022, Saturday, 300 hours, 7 minutes, and time meridian. And this is for Sarvan Leos. And on the rise there, we got Jupiter. Wow, Jupiter. So we have Gemini. It's like the Zeus. Gemini, 20 degrees, 26 degrees, 3 minutes, and that is ruled by Mercury, which sits in the second house of our finances, our values, our quote unquote monies, the things that we cherish the most. You know what I mean? And we're going to speak about the second house. The sun is now ingressing to the second house pertaining to finances and values. I give testimony to the sun in Leo, 0 degrees, 0 minutes, to shining a light on one's financial situation. That could be a little under communication. That could be a little unclear to communicate at this moment, with Mercury being, 5 degrees away from the sun, being burned by its rays and heat. So could the words for another could be burning and intense. So you could be, intensely speaking about your financial situation, with someone else, your significant other, or, what business you're a part of, or a group, or, your charity event or something like that. You want to gather, the funds to do it. You mean good, but you don't want to like mash on people's fingers and toes getting there with your word. So slow down and listen, and then bring your creative ideas to the forefront. With the sun being in Leo and it being its home sign, you want to be confident, but don't be overly confident where you can't get quote unquote critical. What is it called? Critical criticism. Something, right? Don't be afraid to be like, hey, bro, I was thinking this. All right, that sounds cool. So just take time and hear people out when you want to speak about the financial things. Because I know food, clothing, and shelters are very, important topics. So you want to make sure that you're speaking about it, in a way that you don't be like, hey, man, it's not about just you. We're gonna be fine. You're working better together. Where there's unity, there's strength, or where there's strength, there's unity. So balance the emotions about the values and finances and make the proper purchase that suits the collective and not just for the self. You know what I mean? So like I was saying, wrap it up, take time and, use that energy properly so that purchase that you do finally make, it benefits everybody. So everybody's quote unquote happy. Not just you. And I'll yield on the sun ingressing the second house. Organize those finances.
I just had to add, we be burning like a certain. I think it was that Sean Paul song. We
What's
be
that?
burning like a certain.
I'm not picking that up, but I'm loving the rhythm. Not gonna lie. I hear it, but I didn't have the first words. Sean Paul, I know the sex.
All the way, we be burning like.
We be burning. Oh, okay.
I'm gonna find the actual song for this.
All right. Let me zoom out really fast. All right. Sun, Ingress, Leo, still got. Right now it's for Aquarian zone. It's reflecting the Leo. So we got Saturn ruling over an Aquarian zone right here for Jumia, Nepal. Still the 23rd, 2022, Saturday, 0 hours, 52 minutes, and time meridian. On the rise here again, we got 9 degrees Gemini, 8 minutes. That sign is ruled by whom? Mercury, the messenger, which is in the 3rd house of communication. All right, so we're talking about a structured communication here, and I said structured because Aquarius, and Aquarius is ruled by Saturn. So we got individual game communication. So this communication is going to be a game, and we got the part of fortune in Leo. So it's going to be like a personal, fortune for you, and hopefully you don't be spending. You take that and inspire the world. All right, so getting into it, the sun ingressing into the 3rd house pertaining to communications, ideas, siblings, your neighborhood, your local area. I give testimony to using the ego and creativity to collect the proper information that will assist the collective and allow the children to see their own individual selves and others and gain inspiration from that. And it will be fortunate if the news practice, which is gonna be like, all right, I'm not really sure what you're trying to say, bro, but I know your heart was in that. You know what I mean? Is properly executed. That's what you would say, and it is fortunate if it's properly executed in a repetition fashion. News fortunate that pertains to the children could be a topic in the media. Selfies could be an uproar as well in the media, with the sun being in Leo. A lot of people could be, hey, look at me, woo, type thing. So I would say look up things like that. In your local places too, people could be like dressing up, going to a place, a local area, and be like, oh man, you look pretty fly. Flyer than usual when you go to like your local supermarket and things like that. And that the fortune you could get could be a compliment or a compliment that could, boost your confidence. Not saying you need it, but it's kind of nice to be like, yo, you look fly today, so don't, take it with a grain of salt, because this shell is just a tool. But it's nice to have a little, pat on the back or the bottom, or whichever you please, you know what I mean? So just to wrap it up, with the sun being in the 3rd house, just to highlight it on communication and creative communication and sparked ideas that you get from the information that you come across, that you see yourself in, and as an individual with the sun being in Leo. So it's like me, but it's not as selfish for me, because you got to know who you are confidently to, step out and, you know, actually properly assist and not mesh in and not do the thing that you're supposed to do as an individual, you know, which helps the collective. Kind of like a screw, the little nut on a tire, you know what I mean? So you just be the best lug nut on the tire and make the whole thing roll, you know what I mean? Yeah. That's what I was trying to say right here, though. You know, on the back end. But I yield.
Islam, broski, appreciate that. All righty, so just keep on moving back, keeping on. All right, so we are now pulling up the hoverboards to Dubai. I don't know why it says like Dubai, you know. Dubai, United Arab Emirates. Dubai. All right, so this will be occurring July 23rd, 2022, Kusei Kwa calendar at 12:07 at anti-meridian. Also, you know, 0 hours, 7 minutes. All right. So we've got, I'm trying to make sure I get this on the rise. So on the rise, we have, let me flip that back. All right. So on the rise, we have Taurus at 6 degrees, 33 minutes. All right. So we're looking at here for the sun at Soul in the 4th house of the home. All righty. So just to get into this, you know, the sun is now home in his sign of Leo. For the next 30 days / degrees, it is really a great time to show off one's creativity. If you haven't been feeling really creative or have just been waiting for a sign to, you know, start, you know, here's your confirmation. When it comes to self-expression, let your voice be like the lion and roar, and let it flow like waves hitting the shore. Light and love are now being shined upon the home life. This is an opportunity to let yourself and the children shine without blocking their light. And then we look at, you know, the final dispositor for this house. You know, we're going to look at Luna. Hey. So where is Luna? Luna is right there in Taurus, exalted, you know, getting her flex on, and the 1st house of self. So with the sun bringing the consciousness to us, showing and shining our light on the subconscious and emotional level, this area will be thinking about, you know, their foundations and their values, being careful with one's attitude and words, as things could bring a bad reputation, or those who have been on the lesser side of doing good, you know, things will be getting brought to the light with this going on here. And finally, this will be played out by the thoughts and thinking pertaining to family, partnerships, and possessions. How to connect to something that is higher than just materials, and being love and embracing one's sibling and loving neighbors as thy own. Committing oneself to something bigger than themselves, beauty, pleasure, and just connecting more to the home and to earth or / Mother Gaia. All right. And I will yield for.
Also, Venus and the Luna are mutual reception by sign.
Yes.
Venus is in Cancer and Luna is in Taurus. And dispositorship as well.
Indeed.
Because Luna is the dispositor for Cancer and Venus is the dispositor for Taurus.
Mm-hmm.
So some communications in like trine, or it's a trine. It's like sextile. That's a trine, 30 degrees. Between yourself and how you communicate. Self-communication. Fortunate. A lot of nurturing here. Not to take over you do anything.
No, go ahead, bro. I had to switch pages. Yeah, there's some
self-communicating,
nurturing going on.
Don't be indulgent though, but you know, self-care, but don't overindulge.
Yeah, self-care, but don't overdo it, you know.
Yeah, don't take like where people celebrate their solar return for like 7 degrees or 7 days or some shit like that. Don't be that guy. Appreciate what you have, you know what I mean? Sextile by sign, you know. These shout out brother son.
Know that. All right, let me see. All right, so
Taurus.
Pardon me.
Taurus, Gemini, Cancer.
Get that back. All
Shout out
right.
to Ingress for making like it mad simple.
All right, so South Africa, right? We are now at Hermanus, South Africa. This will be occurring July 22nd, 2022 on the Friday, on the holy day at 2200 hours 7 minutes or 10:07 post meridian. For those that use that. All right, so on the rise here, we have Pisces at 22 degrees 55 minutes. And Pisces is ruled by Guru, Jupiter. You've got Guru and Jupiter in the first house of self. All right, but we're really looking at the sun right here at Soul in his natural, house and rulership. All right, so I will give testimony as to the sun has ingressed his home sign of Leo and the natural rulership house of Leo, the fifth house. There is going to be a sense of wanting to let the inner child out and play here, not being overly critical or serious, and really just enjoying oneself, loved ones, and any romantic partners, or just creating. Also, could be some out there rekindling a old romance or a new one, starting a new one, and also meeting some new interest here. Maybe some shot shooting, as they say, or just going out and, just meeting someone. If one wants to have an Aries little one, now is the time to conceive or plan for it during this month. All right, and now we know that
leaders out here. So we need some more leaders out here.
Right. That Luna is, being the final dispositor for, the sun for this period. So we have Luna right here in the third house of the mind, the mental. So to further improve upon the creative energies and inner being / soul development, the energies of Luna are exalted towards breaking out of the comfy, stable daily routines that aren't bringing the sense of self-care that one would like to have. What do you truly yearn for or can break away from that would bring, some uncomfortable but comfortable harmonic growth? How can one communicate one's needs, feelings, and emotions without being rude or shutting down? All right, so and this is all being poured out, through the ascendant. So we know that Jupiter is right there in Aries. So taking all what I've previously stated, and using just harmonic wisdom to really expand upon all modes of self-undoing, mental bondage, so that we can step into our new sense of self-identity. We are constantly changing and evolving, whether we are aware of it or not. So there could be some, sentient beings out there, making some changes to their body. This could be new hair, working out, getting some body piercings, or just applying some healing techniques to their mental and their physical body. And I will yield for Hermanus, South Africa. I'm getting to keep on rolling. Keep rolling. All right, so now we are in the Scorpio zone, and we are pulling up to Rosso, Mauritania. So this will be occurring for you guys July 22nd, 2022, on the holy day, on the Friday. All right, so we've got Aquarius on the rise at 8 degrees, 29 minutes. All right, we know that Aquarius is ruled by Saturn, but also co-ruler would be Uranus. So let's find Saturn here. Where are you at? Where you at? Where you at? There you go. Saturn, right here in the first house. And then we'll find Uranus right there at 18 degrees, 28 minutes Taurus, and the third house. All right, so Mauritania and just the surrounding areas going on. The sun is in his home, in the house of health and service for the next 30 days/degrees of creative energies pertaining to one's life purpose, romantic tendencies, and fashionably organizing one's life will be taking center stage here. How can one make work or the service they provide more enjoyable? How can they get creative and bring joy back into what one does to start bringing eternal happiness? Work, love, getting service for one's pet. So getting, coat brush or getting the checkup here, there's going to be some pets getting service, and not only with self as well. So now we got that. So we see Luna here in the fourth house. So she's exalted and home. So some very strong energy and vibes here. So now we know how the conscious creative energies are working, but for the final say so, there's light being shed upon the psychological foundation pertaining to our mind and the home. What needs to be addressed that's been comfortable or getting uncomfortable that will bring the growth. Reviewing one's finances to either find ways to bring in more or just, treating oneself or treating one's loved one, their mother, or having a family gathering. Shining one's light to nurture the inner child and inner being. And this will all be poured out, whether you want to look at Saturn here or whether you want to look at Aquarius, right? So that, all that was been mentioned here is now being directed through lessons to learn, or lessons to teach us benevolence and discipline so that one can, be their own leader and have a breakthrough within any social groups, within the career, and also just their self thinking along with the social awareness thinking. The light shines upon the future and what we've been working and hoping for, breaking away from old values that no longer serve self and humanity at large. And I will yield for that for the Sun Ingress Leo in the Scorpio zone, for Russell, Mauritania, and the surrounding areas around there. And I will yield. Yeah, so I'm just now saying that. So yeah, there's sextile by sign. Luna is sextiling Neptune. So, like we said, don't be too careful with the indulging, through the illusions. And it's also squaring Saturn and trining Pluto here. So Islam to Brother Hassan, for adding wisdom to that. So get that back to Brother Benjamin.
All right. This is for the Libra zone, ruled by
Libra zone.
This is the 22nd, so we jump right. July 22nd, 2022, Friday. Libra day, Libra zone, and a Venus day. All right, 500 hours, 7 minutes post meridian for Mar de la Plata, Argentina. On the rise, 21 degrees Capricorn, 12 minutes. The ruler of that sign is Saturn, and Saturn is located. He's above the chart somewhere. Bro. Second house of finances. All right. So our let's say the collective as a group, whatever group you're trying to, make a move as far as financial, take a hold on that. That doesn't mean like all hope is lost. It just means like one decision needs to be made one time. The Saturn is going to make sure that you try to make, or want to make sure you do make the decision on time. It's up to you to do it. You know, that's what the greens are for. It's going to set up, you know, the conditions for you, and it's up to you to execute within those conditions. You know what I mean? So just, you know, think before, you know, you know, make any purchases. You know what I mean? Or there may be a hold up on, you know, a means of financial, you know, things that you need. You know, maybe a hold up on that, but that doesn't mean anything. What comes slow comes strong. All right, but we're here to talk about the sun in the 7th house right there, my brother, circling with the sun at 0 degrees, 0 minutes Leo, which is the homicide degree. You know, but that's not like doom and gloom, because everything is like line. So here it would be like the homicide of the ego and, you know, personality, so you can properly create what you need for your, you know, ascension instead of your detrimental. Because, you know, if you fall too much into this shell ego that is actual ego, that is homicidal. You know, if you think about it, that could be extremely detrimental for you living outside of yourself, and you're here to know so. You know what I mean? So that's that on that. The sun now ingress into the 7th house pertaining to relationships, business contracts, one's spouse. You know, I give testimony to the source pertaining to life, shining light on one's ego and personality to a slight hit with the sun going down. So allow yourself to put your ego to the side to actually see how one can relate to the group and not be the David Ruffin. Balance the ego to bring out the creative ideas. You know, that would be Mercury right there next to it. That can, next to the sun as an it, the ideas that can be utilized appropriately within the partnership, one can share even when connected to others, you know, right now. So it's like, how can you individually, you know, be connected to others while still be the shining Leo that you are? Leo, as we all are Leo, is confidence, the pride we have, the loyalty we have to those that we love and those that we want to be in business or in contact with, you know, via contract. You know what I mean? So see yourself in someone else. You know what I mean? So you're looking at within the group, you're seeing one thing, and that thing to be a structure. Because on the rise is Capricorn, so I look at that as, you know, some type of structure and some type of reconstruction of that structure. So how are you and the ones that you're with are going to execute within the reforming of, you know, a structure that's now on the rise right here? You know, as you decline your ego and you know, kind of morph like you know, like the Power Rangers do, you know, come together as one, you know, but still be an individual, but each individual piece makes the whole thing. You know what I mean? So basically, hear the group out, you know, so you know, see the details and things that may not be as clear to you in the contracts here, because the sun is very close to Mercury, or Mercury is very close to the sun, and going over contracts could be, you know, a thing that's like homicidal and like what the hell is going on type deal. But slow down, you know, because that's why you're there. Pluto is there to make sure that everything's level and quote unquote homicidal to properly build it up, you know, and I yield on that.
Yeah, Brother Benjamin, like Bobby Valentino song. Slow down.
Yeah. Shout out Bobby Valentino, Yo, I seen Bobby Valentino when I worked at Chick-fil-A when I was like 20. I was doing business. And I'm not gonna front, bro. I was listening to Miss Carter, Mrs. Officer. I'm not lying. I know that sounds crazy, but I promise I was listening to Bobby. But anyway, we'll talk. So yeah, I met Bobby Valentino. Sun in the 8th house now. But this is a Virgo zone. Virgo is ruled by Mercury. And this is the 22nd of July, 2022, Friday, holy day. You know, come check out, you know, some impromptu Fridays. You know,
best believe it.
You know, Happy Mother's Day. 400 hours, 7 minutes post meridian. This is for Nagua. Am I saying that right? I gave that my heart.
Nagua, that's what I would say. Yeah.
Nagua on the rise. There are 15 degrees Sagittarius, 17 minutes. And that is ruled by the guru that gives all the juice, Jupiter. in the fourth house of home, giving some expanding healing there. That was, some confusion that's probably in the house, that maybe pertain to some type of institution, and most likely it would be something like, online thing that needs to be sorted out, because this is a Virgo ruled zone. And I'm thinking about Neptune, precisely Neptune there is Pisces, and Pisces is in reflection to Virgo. So something needs to be, sorted out there. And Jupiter's there to give the philosophy, see the bigger picture, to provide some healing, with the Chiron next to them, and now this is happening with the mental, so your reconstruction of the fused foundation with Neptune and Pisces. When I see Pisces, I see feet as well. So that's the foundation, and that's home. Home is your foundation. So you're kind of restructuring that, and Jupiter's making sure that, you're seeing a bird's eye view, and you're not just thinking about only you. And we'll slide up to the 8th house, where the sun is at the homicidal degree, 0 degrees, 0 minutes. They're still, they're hugging on the Mercury. And I give testimony here that the sun is now ingressing to the 8th house, pertaining to joint finances, behind the scenes, the occult, the savings for one's future endeavors. I give testimony to the death and rebirth to the ego, and to truly lead and make way for the children that will benefit from the king putting his affairs in order to preserve his lineage, vetting potential mates via social media and interrogation, questioning, reassuring one's loyalty and integrity. So basically what I'm saying, like, Sun and Leo, now you could be behind the scenes, looking, at some sure you like, I don't know stalker is, but you want to make sure that if I put my heart into you as a Leo, I want to make sure that I'm putting it in the right place. And me personally being, Leo, rising, I don't mind that. Not saying I talk to me like that, but I want to make sure that it's valuable, it's worth it. You know what I mean? Because your heart is very valuable to the body, and if that's like hurting or aching or in some type of detriment, and the 8th house is like behind the scenes, so it's not like your heart isn't like out and about. It's hidden. You know what I mean? So if that's if it's hidden, doesn't mean it's not there. You still want to make it taken care of. So I was gonna make sure if you do bet someone, don't like go like Ted Bundy or anything. Just make sure that they got their head on seemingly straight. And then you can crack the door. Like, hey, what's up? And then you probably get ideas with Mercury right there that can furthermore, make you more interested. You know what I mean? Kind of, pull back the layer, so to speak, break the ice. But overall here, just organizing things behind the scenes, for the children, seeing the details on, with the Virgo ruled zone, Mercury is highlighted here. Mercury is very close to the sun, so things won't be seen clearly. Like I said, the sun, imagine like being outside trying to read a piece of paper at like 12 post meridian, when the sun is zenith. You're gonna be like this. You're like, oh man, so you have to like go behind the scenes or in the shade or his house.
Like that Jimmy Butler meme where he was squinting at that paper and trying to read.
Yeah, you're gonna be like this. You're gonna be like, no, I don't know if I put this to the light, I can't see it. But if I put it like right here behind the scenes, get some shade on it, I can properly see things. And now when I get into the light again, I can, know how to sort it. I don't just be blindly doing things and ruining things that, I am connected to other people with, that I'm connected to other people as well. Because talk about joint finances. Talk about Leo and, Leo, and I see that it's the children as well as far as the sign was, and preserving that and making sure, that they have life and preserving that life, because that's what the sun does, it preserves, so right here, you're behind the scenes preserving for the children, and I yield. That's what we do. And if you watch Discovery Channel, that's what the lions do. Just eating, take care of the children.
It's like God, I was eating.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. All this Leo action right here. We got Leo zone, right? And we got the July 22nd, 22, Friday, Venus Day, 200 hours, 7 minutes post meridian. And who we're talking to right now? Moab, Utah, Islam. On the rise, we have 4 degrees Scorpio, 24 minutes. Ruler, Mars there in the 7th house in conjunction, or at 6 degrees in separation with Uranus right there. So be careful, some sudden changes, some relationships, and that could be involve some resources as well. So make sure that your affairs are in order, so you could be renewing something, but most likely you're going to be suddenly cutting it off and removing it, and that creates a new situation. So anything that cuts, something's going to go back. You know what I mean? So that's not like doom and gloom, but just you're going to be like, okay, this is the end of this. I'm over this, or there'll be a change in people's relationship that pertains to their resources, or contracts that are connected to resources. But seems to be a game there though with the that's a north node, correct? Because that is right with the mouth wide open. So don't overindulge with this sudden, gain that came from a cut scene or a letting go. Kind of like popping the balloon almost. Kind of like slice it a little bit and make it go like that. Even though you can pop it and do that. All right, but enough of that. Let's get to this 9th house, this God house for the 8th, where the sun is now in Leo, the homicidal degree, 0 degrees Leo, 0 minutes, still there, stepping in the name of love with Mercury. And I give testimony to sun now ingressing into the 9th house, pertaining to the God house, higher learning, distance travel, search for truth, guru. I give testimony to the rise in seeking more philosophical things in life rather than like fame and ego stroking things. Long travel, gathering information as the travels unfold, allowing one steady to be a way to express the power and creativity that the sun provides, and building the inner ego for ultimate peace and bliss and blissfulness that can be inspiring for whatever group one is participating in. You know what I mean? So basically here, you're just finding things that inspire you from within, instead of like, having beautiful hair or, being, having the most foreign or exotic sneakers or exotic, piece of literature that you don't really care for. You're just like, oh, I got this, but now the sun, you want to be inward, it's the ego and personality, but that's the sun, and it seems that all this stuff's real, but that inspires like your higher self. So now you're inspiring like your higher self from within, you're getting those values that you nurture with Venus there and Cancer. So you're getting the values of the higher learning, philosophical things of life that you want to cherish. And as you learn these things and, carry on in life, it's going to inspire others to, possibly do the same and not just want to stroke the ego. You can, stroke, and stroke knowledge, if that makes sense, mentally stroke knowledge right there, because you have the sun and you have Mercury. So, use it wisely, and I yield for gaining higher knowledge more than gaining fame and ego stroking things.
Indeed. Alrighty. So we are now pulling up to the Cancer zone. We are at Cordova, Alaska. This is going on July 22nd, 2022. The Friday, holy day. All right, we got Libra on the rise at 4 degrees 2 minutes, which is ruled by lovely Venus. And we have lovely Venus right here at 5 degrees 45 minutes Cancer, and the 9th house of higher learning and long distance travel. But right now we're going to talk about soul right here in the 10th. All right. So when it comes to this, we'll start off with the sun first. So, in the 10th house, there's going to be some self-expression going on here, just pertaining to one's career or just one long-term goals, so we could really see a increase in, just talks or, finding ways to really shine our light in what we do. whether that's, our what we want to do for the career, or just finding ways to, connect and speak from our heart, unite with others, just for some long-term goals that we see that would benefit, humanity at large here. Also, I'm getting that somebody's gonna be, taking their little ones with them to work, maybe showing them what they do, or, introducing them into the family business, the family hustle here, or just really showing them like what they do, and maybe the little ones will be interested in that. And when you look at here, we have the sun conjunct the part of fortune. So for those in this, Alaska and kind of like surrounding areas, really look to see where the sun is at, and in your natal chart, to see where joy and happiness awaits you, to where you can really just tap into that energy, and be like that, like that song, Lovely Day. This is what's going on right here for y'all. And we know that Luna is the final dispositor for the sun. So, subconsciously here, being in the eighth house, and that mutual reception with Venus, pardon, there's just like there's a home and value transformation occurring, along with being able to really start to look at what contracts does one have, how can you really start to either apply your wisdom about contracts, or how can you really figure out how you can start learning about contracts, so you can start learning how to get these resources, or really just becoming stable, not only for yourself, but for the homes and the homes around you. And, also really being open to, learn about, law and religion, knowing that there's no separation between law and religion. Like like there's no religion, no separation between church and state. So yeah, it might feel a little uncomfortable, but and that uncomfortable can really secure that home, so that you can teach your little ones and yourself, so that as they be saying, to really break these quote unquote generational curses here. And then when we look at Luna, making that trine to Pluto here, there's an opportunity to really let go of what's not serving you, let go of taking advantage of this harmonious energy to really end all cycles, so that you can now restructure yourself and restructure your values, while taking the opportunity to, take any challenges with Luna and Saturn here. So, really just getting into your mind here, really having the dialect and conversations that need to be had, and getting creative, so that you can transform, just your habits, any habits that could be, improved upon, whether it's getting up, going to the job every day, or getting up, working out every day, or just really doing what makes you truly happy, and taking that next step past your current, comfort level, so that you can close the gap between being comfortable and being where you want to be. And there's a growth opportunity to really see things for what they are and make the necessary changes, so that you can really see through any kind of illusions, and really just tune in to the higher beams and frequencies of love here. Yeah, I'm a yield for this. So, really just be open to just the growth, and just, shining your light, but also really doing the inside work, going within work to really see what needs to be, kind of tossed out and let go of. And I'll yield for Cordova, Alaska. So, get that out the way. Right, I've got the soul, conjunct. Just be careful of the communications here.
I thought when you said Alaska, I thought about preserving fish.
Preserving fish. Yeah, man, say the fish, man. I've got that, and it's going to take Mercury, to get 17 degrees outside of the sun, to really bring a sense of clear communication here. So just be loving and let folks express themselves, and let everyone shine their light. Let everyone enjoy themselves here, And, with that conjunct the part of fortune, you're going to be able to really tune in and just find out what makes you happy. No, there we go. All right, so next up, we are at Bora Bora, French Polynesia. So we now have the Sun, Ingress, Leo, and the Gemini zone. So we have Libra on the rise still at 0 degrees, 41 minutes. So we know that's ruled by Venus being in the 10th house. And, Luna is going to have not only, final dispositorship over the first house, but also the 11th house and the 10th house. And, Luna's in the 8th, but that's ruled by Venus. So Venus is taking charge. So, this is a really opportunity to really connect and find ways to connect and express ourselves. For those that do arts, with the Sun, Ingress, Leo, they're really going to find ways to, start getting creative. And, whether that's, going outside to play or painting, playing with your little ones, just really finding what brings you joy, really looking into your heart to start expressing, just love and joy, because everyone needs that right now. And this is going to be kind of the main focus for the next 30 days, 30 degrees, and also really just, having talks within your group. So, everybody has friend groups. So there's really going to be these conversations on, oh man, I like how you do that, bro. Or I really appreciate you, for being there for me or really showing love to me. Because sometimes folks don't really, get the love or appreciation shown to them what they need. So, especially within your friend group. So appreciate those that you are really true and close to, that really support you, when you feel like no one else is there, it does. And now, when we look at, Luna being, still ruling that 8th house, it's going to be an opportunity to really start looking below the surface on how you can really tap into your roots. Really, getting with your, grandmother or grandfather or someone that who really has that family history here, so that you can really start to backtrack and really start expressing that for everyone to see, and just being proud of who you are, and valuing what you are and where you come from. And there's also opportunity to, check your habits, right? Have you been doing too much of this or too much of that? Really just balancing it out. And let's see what else do we got. And just get into the mysteries of things. I'm really getting that there's gonna be some joint ventures going on, that folks are really going to be able to start putting their resources and their partner resources together. And for those that are not, any partnerships or, holy matrimony, what they call marriages, you're really going to be able to start to figure out how can you use your money and opportunity to really leverage others' money to, bring about a sense of, what's the word I'm looking for? Really be able to just to lock in your personal values and your finances, and not being worried about, well, how I'm going to get this or how I'm going to be able to do that when I don't have much for myself. All right, well, now you can start studying different things, contracts, and really just tapping in the earth, and the earth that we stand on, and the earth that's within you, the heart, when you spell it different, really just able to figure out how you can take what you do at the home and let that shine in your career, and really being able to fix the relationships around you, first starting with you. And once you start fixing and healing that relationship within you, now you can start working on the outer relationships, because we're all just mirrors of each other. All right. And like I said, look at that, Saturn still, transiting the 5th. So there's that, that challenge here to really find ways to get past the comfortability and, like I said, subconscious and emotions and the mental here. So really have that talk, but be kind to each other, because Mercury still hasn't got out from under the beams of the sun. And there's some new cycles here, to really, just realize your own power within you. And, go get that service, go to the hair shop or to the barber, or, just go do something to enjoy yourself, even take your dog on a walk, or, cop a little toy or something for your cat, just something to enjoy yourself with. Oh, yeah. And yeah, there's going to be a home vibe. So whoever needs to hear this, whoever sees it, enjoy that food that your coworker is going to bring. They worked really hard on that,
This the coworker brought food yesterday.
Really?
I'm not lying to you. She brought I didn't get. She had brought corn dogs and some burrito things in the freezer. I had already brought food myself. I was like, oh, so that's kind of why you said that.
Wow.
I'm not lying to you. Miss Dana brought food.
Yeah, so enjoy it, man, because they're working hard to get that together at home so that everyone can enjoy it. This is really time to really just unite, and get past the lower self energies, All right, so now I will get into the final. Let's see if I can click the right one. Boom. No. There we go. All right, we'll get into our last house. So we are at Lambasa, Fiji. All right, you guys. So the sun will be ingressing Leo, and this is the Taurus zone, and this will be occurring on Saturday, Saturn Day, July 23rd. One day before one of the 6 greatest days. Shout out to nephew. All right. And look here, we've got Leo on the rise at 25 degrees, 31 minutes. And we see Sol is in the 12th house here. All right, so when it comes to Sol here, there's going to be some joy coming. For anyone that's been in solitude, keeping to themselves, something's going to come up that's going to bring you some joy where you can feel like you can get out of hermit mode. For those that have just been out too much, you can be going into hermit mode. The light's going to be shining light on some hidden things, to you. With whether you're ready to see that light or not, or deal with it, within your heart, you just have to ask yourself that question. With that. And this is an opportunity to really do some romantic and creative healing. So, for those that are in partnerships, this is a great time to, go back to what you used to love to do. What did y'all do when you first met? What is it that set that spark off, that made y'all happy, that really ignited the flames? So find ways to really, one, not backtrack, but, just take note of what really started things off. And now you can find ways to really apply that to what you do now. Especially if a spark is needed back here, or things have kind of been a little lagging, with that. And, also there's going to be some travel opportunity. So maybe someone's, taking a trip somewhere. And we look at Luna. Hey, Luna's in the 9th house. So who's planning that long trip? Who's planning something overseas, or, really just excited about to take, their mom on a trip, or getting with some of their, female friends, taking a girls' trip somewhere, or even just taking a family trip somewhere that they've been eyeing. And now, they've been careful of their finances, or they're coming into some finance so they can, really go enjoy themselves and take this trip. Mutual reception, or, like I said, a girls' trip. Look at that. We got Venus in the 11th. Or if they're not taking a trip anywhere, they're having some friends coming to visit them, bringing them gifts, or, like having a get together at their home, or, even I want to say somebody's about to be meeting someone through a friend, going to introduce you here. And, with Luna and Venus and mutual reception, it's also an opportunity just to really, get into the subconscious of your job and your worth ethic. You know, has it been low? Has it been great? You know, how can you fix it? How can you improve it? You know, and also really get into the future. You know, when you look at the ascendant, you know, being ruled by the sun, hey man, make sure you know you don't overindulge. The sun is at the degree of the alcoholic in astrology. So hey, you know, don't overindulge, get your readings, you know, with whoever you do, or if you're looking to um, you know, start taking an interest in astrology, hey, come to Southern Hill Star, we got what you got. Or, you know, really start to, you know, look at different websites and really start to learn yourself. And when you start to learn yourself, you can really start to remove what's hidden. And then you can also, you know, start getting out of your head, you know, um, breaking away the mental chains and bondage that you could be, you know, going through. And let's see, finally, you know, this is opportunity just to really get to the root of one's emotions here. You know, Saturn, where you at? Is in the sixth house. So there's a square opportunity here, you know, growth opportunity. So, hey, don't argue, don't get emotional with the Job if you're talking to someone. Listen to them and then reply after. You know, listen to really hear them out, not just act like you're listening just to reply back and you hear out what they said. You know, there's also probably someone that's really going to be, you know, getting a new job or, you know, getting a raise or a promotion here, or someone's really about to be, that's kind of funny because my cousin is about to move to Germany for his new job.
That's
So
awesome.
I'm looking at Pluto and Lunar here, and he's doing that like the 28th, I think. They're about to move out to Germany. So, you know, there's gonna be opportunities to take some long trips and, you know, partnerships. Hey, you know, there's a growth opportunity here. So, you know, just being real about things, but also enjoying it and just tuning into, you know, word to Brother Benjamin, getting into that cosmic love here, you know, getting into the astrology thing so that you can know yourself, your partner knows they self, and then you know how both sides work so y'all can really move as one unit in force. And for those that are not, you know, partnership single, hey, you can take the same thing for yourself as well. Get to know yourself so you know how you move, what you like, what upsets you, so that you can really know yourself. And I'll yield for you know, Sun Ingress Taurus, the Leo zone, or Lambasa Fiji.
Sun Ingress Leo for Taurus zone.
So light being shined upon, you know, some, you know, being too comfortable. So, you know, like Lil Wayne said, don't you get too comfortable.
Don't be sleeping. Yeah, don't be sleeping and napping.
You know, don't be sleeping on yourself or not knowing what, you know, potential that you hold that you can really, you know, start tapping into, you
It's
know,
on the
but,
sun. Yeah, with the
you
sun
know,
being in the 12th.
you know, and really just let it out, you know, and, you know, find ways to close that gap between the comfort zone and the growth zone. You know, if that sun in the 12th, it's shining light upon that. So don't let things that come up you want to bury, really take note of it so that you can heal from it, breathe it out, you know, spirituality, and really, you know, transform. Right. Ooh. And that is our presentation for the Sun Ingress Leo for the collective, you know, not only here in North America, but the whole globe. So I don't know, did you have a chance to check YouTube, Brother Benjamin?
YouTube or
To
the
see if
Sean
we had any
Paul?
comments? I might check it real quick.
Oh, no, I thought you were talking about the Sean Paul.
Oh, you want that song? I already got it on. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. We got JL, Big Mika
Oh,
X.
yeah, now.
Who did?
Who did?
We got JL, Islam, Moors, Truth, Peace, Love, Truth, Peace, Freedom, and Justice with the Moroccan flag. Peace and love, Nobles. Peace and love, bro. Thank you. JL and Big Misha X, Islam Moors. And Big Misha X put Target as well. So, Islam's to the, seeing some correlation in the delineation, whether it be me or my bro. I'm glad we said something that, sparked your interest, and whomever section we was talking about as well, So whether it be across the water somewhere, it resonated here. So it's all one,
Yeah, just because it says universe, we know that there are infinite amount of universes, and we're all connected. Just because we're, in these different, spacesuits, these so-called different bodies, but we're part of the all, and the all is a part of us. It's one of the Hermetic principles. It ain't being no deep. We're just making it simple so that everyone can get it. So that everyone can, shine their light and be the best that they can be. Man, I'm about to cut another fan on. I done got hot over here, y'all. Getting my Mars inflammatory. But yeah, I'm gonna play this song. We be so you can hear it.
Okay.
Man, I remember those Sean Paul days coming up.
That's definitely a Sun and Leo vibe right there. That's a summertime jam right there for sure.
Oh yeah, you already know. I already got an idea for me.
That's a slap.
That's Brother Benjamin Slapper Slamped. But peace and love to everyone that sat in the live with us on YouTube. Shout out to everybody on TikTok that came in, joined, and sat and watched. I'm definitely looking to really to start reaching out, to start having talks to everybody like, hey, don't let us, the feds is scary, or what we talk about, we're just bringing truth, light, and love, because love is the first principle, and we're always going to stand on that. Let that be our square, and let that be our forefront. Honoring Prophet Noble Ali and all those that came before us. We really know what the collective needs.
At the bottom, at the end of the day, it's like honoring mother. So you see the feds, you see mother as well. But that's what we come from, just honoring mother in multiple different facets. So don't let that deter you. It's just the volume of honoring mother, it's intense. It's a lot of buffoonery going on in mother's home. So it's like,
there's a bunch of jabroni stuff going on.
Yeah, so you gotta have a short leash and stuff. But it's all out of love, like bro said. It's all don't let it deter you from the truth. But I yield.
Yeah, man. Yeah, because yes, the truth will can make one uncomfortable. But hey, it's like, do you want to grow or not? We know that we have to save ourselves. That nobody's coming to save us. Not saying that to be mean or rude. It's just being stern. Nobody's coming to save us. We save ourselves. Once we save ourselves, we start to work with others, really get out into the community, but if folks ain't vibing on that energy or really ready to put in that work with the community, collectively everywhere, then hey, nothing's going to get fixed or be changed, because, things are still being held onto from, what hasn't worked. And it's clear to see that a lot of things hasn't worked and a lot of things need to be let go of.
But that would be a great time to just utilize the sun ingressing into the homicidal degree of Leo.
Yeah.
It's Camelback part. Camelback on bro saying, like, getting rid of that old, stuff that wasn't working.
Yeah, and especially while the sun's in Leo, that sidereally he's still transiting Cancer. So it's opportunity, to let the soul light shine and physically start fixing up the home, working with mothers, working with the children. I'm thinking about that too. Like, wow, I'm just having revelations right now out of nowhere, but yeah, man. So shout out to everybody, wherever you are, we appreciate you, we love you. For those that we know, that we don't know, make sure you just like and share, to your friends, to your family. And actually, before we even go, let me do that. Where can you find us? 7hillstar.com. That's where you come to, subscribe, hit your email. You can get free weekly gifts and study materials to your inbox. When you even message myself, Brother Benjamin, Brother Hassan, or Brother Jag, we can, give us your email. We'll give you access to Prophet Noble Drew Ali, which has plenty of, free materials to really start to study, to uplift your mind and uplift yourself, so that you can teach your friends, you can teach your family, you can teach your loved ones. It's that each one teach one, so that we can really start to fix these homes, the neighbors, the community, so we can start coming together and fixing these problems that are clear that we need to fix. So when you come to 7 Hill Star, you can scroll down, you can enter your chart here. So, let's put Steve, right?
Dude, I name my plant Steve. Little Steve.
So let's hit Detroit. So, wherever your location is, you would hit that. So let's say, 6 month, 23rd day, let's say 1965, whatever your date you was manifested, the month, and then, you get your time. So we'll just hit 12, boom, create your chart. You do that and it'll show you your chart. Wow.
Oh, Steve.
Wow, Steve, you grand cross, my guy.
Steve.
So, and it shows you this. So now that you can see what your placements are, so that when you come to 7 Hill Star, or, you go to any astrologer, you'll have your placements and all that, so they can enter that so you can be ready. But, anything else that is done past this, you'll be doing business with Astro Charts and not 7 Hill Star. This allows you to, man, what the heck? To, able just to have things ready. So when you come to book, your mirror sessions or any other sessions that you have, you'll have that on hand and ready so that we can sit.
So Steve will bring this information to 7 Hill Star and pick a brother to assist him, whether that be, brother Sean, brother Corey. Steve would take his chart, things of that nature, get to know self. He's like, I'm feeling like this, and I've come this far in my life, and we'll take that information and go on so far.
And that you can order, your little star seeds AstroLiteracy, so you can teach your little ones about themselves.
Steve may have some children,
or some nieces, nephews, or if not even of his own, he can know his friends that has little ones and copies for them so they can start to learn.
Yeah.
It's unlimited with it.
He just come through just one-stop shop.
You get the 7 Hill Star Astro calendar that you can order. And not only that, we have, there's free things on here as well, pro bono, that you can order, whether you kind of just starting astrology or you're kind of little into it, just various, different things that you can order to start studying and, learning various things, right? So when it comes to the zodiacal releasing, you have these different posters. All right, and the 1 hour virtual Reiki session. I'm gonna get to record this. Today is the last day to have 15% off the 1 and 2 hour sessions, as today marks my 2nd year of being a Reiki master. So, you know, make sure you can come here. You know,
should have had the Sean Paul
message. Because after today, it goes back to the regular price. And, we have various things. Well, I put some things up there, but also the bros that, you can get, solar return readings, report. We have various multiple things that you can get. But we, first just to get your mirror session so that you can know yourself. And we teach you how to read the aspects in the chart so that now you can read your transits and teach your loved ones.
I have some updating there, don't I?
Oh yeah.
It's all good. It's no worries. I'm gonna make sure everything's updated. You.
Yes, right. And when you come here, you can click play, and you can catch up on last week's 7-day medical astro weather report. And that's our next thing that we do. We go live for community service every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So you click right there, boom. You even got to go to YouTube, and you can catch yourself up.
Got it.
On the astro weather report. Hey, scroll down. All right, and if you haven't came across my mental magician report, and you like LeBron James, hey, you can download that for free and, read that about, for whoever who highly favors LeBron James, you can read that about him.
See why he dropped those like 42 out of the end of Drew League.
Yeah.
We like LeBron James. See the real report on LeBron James.
The real report, you can also download the one I did for Dr. Dre, a past Oracle pull, and that's also my first report that I did on Kendrick Lamar. If you like his music, you can download and get that as well. This is all for free. So you can just look to see how the report is laid out so that when you decide, hey, I want a mental magician report, I really want to get this insight on, how I communicate and just my talents that I have. All right. So that you can get that from a soul, 5 cycle, and mental level. All right. That's not no. We hit the Moor, you can hit shop, make sure you order some 7 Hill Star gear. You can hit the Astrology Street Children's Tools. And, like I said, we were speaking about earlier, Astrology Street merchandise. You can really just start, supporting us because we support others when you support us. We're not just, we're going to do that. No, we all take what we receive and we donate that and give that out to others as well, to really keep that energy flowing. But Brother Hassan, did you have anything you wanted to add, broski? He said, "What?"
Nah. I mean, all I know is I'm going to be doing some YouTube thumbnailing and description setting. Just post production stuff. Go and set that website up as far as like last cycle's weather report, I guess. But I do know that either way, people could still see what the most recent video is by just looking at the bottom of that screen, like you had there with the videos or whatever. Oh yeah, that reminds me too. I gotta click the relaunch the campaign on the bonfire. So yep, that's what I'll do also. Yep.
Yeah, y'all can get some gear, man.
We're just gonna keep doing what we're doing. We're just gonna keep doing the work and putting things, out there, moving forward. We're gonna focus on what it is that we're good at, and that's, multiple things we're great at. I'm just saying we're just going to keep it simple as far as like, here's the astrology for you all. Here's the civics. So we're doing astrology and civics. We basically have the gamut pertaining to astrology and civics, even down to how to look at things, quote unquote, legally or things like that or whatever. But yeah, that's all. It's funny. That's the thing I got to do. I just got the email too. I think just like last night, Bonfire was like, hey, this campaign has been complete. So I was like, I just got to hit the relaunch button. I'm just really just been sitting back thinking, even just listening to you guys do what you do. I'm like, man, we're set. We just need to just keep continuing to be industrious, continue to keep setting the bar, so to speak, not the British accredited registry, but set the level in the way of being, active and doing our best to imitate Prophet Noble Drew Ali without saying we're Prophet Noble Drew Ali in any way, shape, or form, or any number thereafter. And also just allowing ourselves to be sincere at all times, not being bitter, not being upset, not being mad at anyone else, in order to bring attention to what it is that we're doing. So I trust that, we can just continue to move forward. And what'd you say?
I was telling Brother Sean, you gotta fake the funk. You gotta flare it. That gives it the illusion that it's bigger than what it is. Not to put it out there. Kind of like afro. Think of your afro on your neck, if that's it. Opposite. There you go.
Gotta get it.
Not to cut you with, when I saw them, I was like,
nah, y'all hilarious.
Kind of like when you're raking the yard, you yank the opposite way to pull it up.
Got you. That makes sense. So yeah, guys, it's really just for my words or anything, I will say with this lunar ingress, the solar ingress in the Leo, and seeing those transits that are so that Luna just has going on all at one time with that solar ingress, it just really just says to me, man, like, back to doing things where people must watch the throne. That's all I can really say. And I know some people, I don't even want to, I'm not even concentrating on who wish it wasn't us doing it. Like, we're just going to we're going to keep doing the work, keep going live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, keep having literature available for the youth, new puppet, as far as the presentations on the puppets or whatever. It's like we're about to do more puppet manufacturing. As far as I and my beloved mother, Mistress Consort, even got asked yesterday about, so how many puppets are you going to make? And it's like, yeah, we've been doing a lot of collecting of the materials. So it's just like, man, I can only say, man, like, we don't have time to do anything but B7HealStar.com astrology firm, man. We got so much work that we do that we don't have time to be a part of any lower self or middle self activity that's not actually the higher self activity where we normally keep ourselves. Because if we have to come down off of our higher self, then people are going to wish that we stayed there. Do you know what I mean? Because to always be in higher self, you got to keep some level of, courage. Like James Brown had said in the line, he said, I don't know karate, but I know courage. Yes, you do. Like how he got it, you know what I mean? So it's like, you know what I mean? Yeah, because I noticed the angelic people are the people that usually had shit real fucking rough in some way, shape, or form. And I think, by us, pause in advance, being very handsome, a lot of people think life's been fucking sweet for us and don't really get that that's just what the universe is using to attract the right people to us. You see what I'm saying? Where at the same time, each one of us got quote unquote a story to tell. Who doesn't? However, it allows us to have the fortitude necessary to be ourselves consistently with that which we say and we stand upon, instead of seemingly like, we're honorable for 8.5 days, but once it gets to 9 days, we got to act like we're fucking Moorish fools and shit. You know what I mean? And prove the world right that, we have, psychological issues with how to really maintain peace of mind, so to speak. You know what I mean? So that's just my final word. My final word in a monologue-ish kind of fashion would just be like, hey man, just stay focused on your goal and being
pure heart, being sincere intent, being love, being honor. Keeping Prophet Noble Drew Ali at the forefront pertaining to your mind in a non-dogmatic fashion. And with that, I yield the floor. Islam.
That's on. Gratitude for your wisdom. And yeah, we're just gonna continue to keep doing the work and just doing what we do. Is, you know, that's pretty much it, period. So you know, I'm gonna end this here. Thank you all. All right. And we're about to end this here. So we're gonna stay our namaste, our peace and love, you know, our, you know, thank yous, you know, and I'm gonna learn a couple different languages so I can say, you know, thank you, peace and love, you know, just thank you all, you know. You know, enjoy the rest of your lovely moon day, your Monday. And you know, check back with us, you know, if you haven't subscribed to 7 Hill Star to the YouTube, and know that we'll be back Wednesday. Yeah, and we are out. So, you know, like, share, you know, read a book and donate. And we are out. We love you. Have a great day. Peace.